main road of Garosuke, which a lot of tourists do. You really have to explore the alleys at the back. And so I'm going to take you around Garosuke restaurants and cafes. Come with me because I'm sure you're going to enjoy every bite of it. I like spicy. So we gotta wash that all down with something sweet, right? So we're at our bakery and they've got some of the best pastries in town. I love their croissant, which is really rich but not too sweet, which is what I look for in a good pastry. Oh, and their injalmi croissant. I will explain to you later what that is. It smells so good. Pastries make me happy. Okay? So they've got really good scones, but I'm not here for that. I'm here for their croissant, and my favorite is injalmi cream croissant. So injalmi basically is a rice cake which we cover in powdered or ground mixture of nuts to make it very nutty and interesting. And what they've done is, instead of the rice cake, they have turned that powder into a cream form and powdered it on top for dreamiest croissant that you could ever have. And my favorite, this is their signature dirty chocolate. Look, there's more. And remember, we had that soup and they said I love the mugwort in soup because it really gives it that aroma that I love. Well, they've put it into their bread and it's filled with cream, and again, more of that injalmi powder on top. Very nutty and creamy and delicious. Favorite part! It's like unwrapping a cookie. Okay, so I'm going to go at it from this one, the injalmi croissant. Ah, it excites me. Look at all that cream. The messier, the better. So you see how crispy that is, and with all that cream inside. So I'm just gonna go at it, okay? The nut powder really adds to the flavor. Also adds interesting texture to your experience. Now, we're going to the mugwort. It also has the injalmi powder. And look at the inside. They've got the cream and red beans. Ah, look at that. How can you not love that? How can you not bite it like this? I'm so messy. I need tissue. Now, this is the epitome of a good pain au chocolat. It's got all that chocolate sauce and chocolate powder, and then inside, they're even more luscious chocolate. I have chocolate in my lips. What I love about their pastry is that it's got so much texture, got so much flavor, but it's not too sweet. Look, people going in and out all day long. 네. Bunsik is actually a small restaurant where Koreans go to have snack or street food. That's called Bunsik. Dosan became very famous because they put a new modern twist into our snack and street food culture. So there's always a long line at this restaurant, so we're very lucky that we only waited less than 10 minutes. You know, these bottles were actually orange juice bottles from the 80s. I remember my grandmother, she'd have bottles of this. I don't know how and where they sourced this because the last time I saw this was when I was in kindergarten. Even these green and white dotted plates, the last time I saw these were probably when I was in grade school. These were the typical plates that were being used in street stalls, serving tteokbokki, the rice cakes, and kimbap, and they would serve it here. Look at that juicy, thick chunk of pork. So these are tonkatsu, which is pork cutlet that are deep fried, brushed with tonkatsu sauce, and it's a sandwich. Doesn't get any better than this, right? I mean, how can you go wrong with fried food sandwiched between soft bread? This had me at first bite. It's so buttery, very juicy, soft, tender, but the sauce is just right amount of tanginess to it. And the bread, this is the perfect tonkatsu sandwich. It really is. Pop literally means rice topping. So top means to cover, pop means rice. But this is pop. But because avocado and the other ingredients are very delicate, you just want to slightly toss everything together. Okay. So there's a little bit of wasabi, and I love wasabi, so I'm gonna eat all of that. So a little bit of avocado, a little bit of wasabi covered goodness, salmon. Food makes me happy. Nothing beats quality ingredients. The salmon is fresh, it's buttery, wasabi not too spicy, and the seaweed gives it that punch. And of course that egg yolk really gives it that creaminess that binds everything together. And who doesn't love avocado, right? I mean, now, another one of their best sellers, it's called bibimbap. Bibim means to stir together or to mix together, and myeon is noodle. I just mix it as is. So they're very well known for this as well. Look how they, in Italian term, al dente cooked the noodles. Interesting. It's not the traditionally spicy and sour flavor profile. Again, it's very creamy. I think it's a mixture of mayonnaise and samjang. Samjang basically is half chili paste and half soybean paste that they've mixed together that you usually find in barbecue restaurants. And the egg binds everything together. Delicious. So they're known because of their organic milk. So they get the milk freshly delivered on the day that it is produced. Their best seller here is the red tea flavored milk ice cream and then the salted milk ice cream. Believe it or not, they're my favorite only because they hand make everything without any preservatives. So they've actually won awards in different countries for their produce. Some of you might wonder, salted milk ice cream, right? But it's kind of similar to salted caramel. You know how when salted caramel first came out, everybody was kind of weirded out about it? So salt really adds to the sweetness of food. Delicious. And in Korea, believe it or not, they sell more ice cream during winter time than during summertime. And I love eating ice cream during winter because it never melts. It doesn't. Go for really classic items, or I go like this. Brush set is nice. I need a brush set. At Dolbaegijib by a very famous chef here in Korea. His name is Baek Jong-won. So one of the reasons why I love this restaurant is because they serve my favorite cut of beef, which is chadolbaegi. Chadolbaegi is brisket. As you can see, we enjoy our brisket thinly sliced and we cook it with bean sprouts. This is called soup dolbaegi because this is called sukchu and this is chadolbaegi. And the combination is really great because the chadolbaegi is of course very well marbled and it's very soft. The sukjunamol, which are the bean sprouts, gives it the crunch. It really has a good marriage when we wrap it in all the vegetable. And what's great about this restaurant is that you can choose all the vegetable you want to wrap your Dolbaegijib in at the salad bar. So here, their concept of salad bar is all the greens that you want to eat. And of course, you cannot have Korean barbecue without soju. 따라주세요. Because in Korean culture, it's bad luck to pour yourself soju. I'm not married yet, so I don't need bad luck on my side. So I need somebody pouring soju for me. You too! This is one of my favorite soju. It's called Hallasan. Hallasan is actually the mountain that you find in Jeju Island. And so they only use water from the Halla mountain. This is actually a little bit stronger than the regular soju you will find in the market. The usual green bottle soju that you see are probably at 16% of alcohol, but this one is around 21. You know, I know my soju. So sweet. So sweet. You know, my mom used to tell me before, when I just started drinking soju when I was young, I would say, this is really bad and bitter. How could you like this? And she said, one day you will come of age where soju will become sweet. And now I'm at that age. Alright, so because this is thinly sliced, you want to put the beef on top of the vegetable as soon as it's cooked so that it doesn't overcook. Never overcook a Dolbaegijib. It's like you never want your steak to be well done. You dip it in the special sauce. This is what they're known for. Let's wrap that. So the important thing is that you dip it well in the sauce and that they have vegetable here, as you can see, because you're supposed to wrap your meat on those crunchy vegetable in the sauce. Beef is tender and flavorful, and you get all the crunch from the cabbage inside the sauce. The sauce is tangy, salty, sweet, perfect. For their tart, so we're gonna have some tart here. With a perfect cup of Americano. They've got caramelized banana on top, and the filling is caramel and chocolate crust. Comfort food. Consistency of the custard and the meringue. Hard to beat that, really. I'm so proud of our girls and boys. Represent. They open at 5 o'clock and there's already a line. 5. Okay?